morning, everyone. It's so great to see you again.
I'm Mr. Morel.
I'm Miss Maslowski.
I'm Miss Tabor.
I'm Miss Watts.
I'm Mr. Johnson.
And I'm Mrs. Posey, and we're from William Rainey Harper Elementary School.
Have you guys ever heard of Goldilocks and the Three Bears before?
Yeah, I have, but have you ever heard of Goldilocks and the Three Dinosaurs?
I wonder what Goldilocks did when she met three dinosaurs.
I wonder if it's any different when she met those three bears.
I have that book.
I can't wait to read to you today one of my very favorite books. This is Goldilocks and the Three Dinosaurs. It's by Mo Williams. Once upon a time, there were three dinosaurs. Papa Dinosaur, Mama Dinosaur, and some other dinosaur who happened to be visiting from Norway. One day, for no particular reason, the three dinosaurs made up their beds, positioned their chairs just so, and cooked 3 bowls of delicious chocolate pudding at varying temperatures. "Oh boy," said Papa Dinosaur in his loud, booming voice. "It's finally time to leave and to, go someplace else." "Yes," continued Mama Dinosaur. "I sure hope no innocent little succulent child happens by our unlocked home while we are, someplace else." Then the other dinosaur made a loud noise that sounded like a big, evil laugh, but was probably just a polite Norwegian expression. The three dinosaurs went someplace else and were definitely not hiding in the woods waiting for an unexpected kid to come by. Sure enough, 5 minutes later, a poorly supervised little girl named Goldilocks came tramping along. Just then, the forest boomed with what could have been a dinosaur yelling, "Gotcha!" But I'm pretty sure it was just the wind. The loud noise was immediately followed by another loud noise that sounded kind of like, "Be patient, Papa Dinosaur, the trap is not yet sprung." But there could have been a rock falling, or a squirrel. Either way, Goldilocks was not the type of little girl who listened to anyone or anything. For example, Goldilocks never listened to warnings about the dangers of barging into strange, enormous houses. So, as soon as Goldilocks came across a strange, enormous house, she barged right in. Inside, Goldilocks immediately smelled 3 bowls of delicious chocolate pudding. Said Goldilocks. "That chocolate pudding smells delicious. If only I could get all the way up to the top of that counter." Then Goldilocks noticed a very tall ladder that just happened to be there and certainly wasn't left on purpose. Goldilocks climbed up the ladder and found herself face to face with 3 gigantic bowls of chocolate pudding. The first bowl of chocolate pudding was too hot, but Goldilocks ate it anyway because, hey, it's chocolate pudding, right? The second bowl of chocolate pudding was too cold, but who cares about the temperature when you've got a big bowl of chocolate pudding? Not her. The third bowl of chocolate pudding was just right, but Goldilocks was on such a roll by now she hardly noticed. Soon Goldilocks was stuffed like one of those delicious chocolate-filled little girl bonbons, which, by the way, are totally not the favorite thing in the whole wide world for hungry dinosaurs. Tired and groggy, Goldilocks noticed 3 chairs in the living room. So she climbed down the ladder and walked out of the kitchen. The first chair was too tall. The second chair was too tall, but the third chair was too tall. Goldilocks wasn't going to climb that high just to sit in some chair. So she hiked over to the bedroom. When she got there, Goldilocks noticed that all the beds are also gigantically big. "What is going on around here?" groaned the exhausted girl. "The bears that live here must be nuts." Just then, the room filled with a loud, booming noise that was either a passing truck or a dinosaur gloating. "A few more minutes and she'll be asleep. Delicious chocolate-filled little girl bonbons are yummier when they're rested." Even a little girl who never listens to anyone or anything had to hear that. Goldilocks took a minute to stop and think, which was longer than she was used to stopping and thinking. "Hey," she told herself, "this isn't some bear's house. This is some dinosaur's house." Say what you like about Goldilocks, but she was no fool. As quickly as she could, she ran to the back door and got out of there. Just then, a loud plane flew by, which sounded pretty much like a trio of dinosaurs yelling, "Now!" or "Charge!" or the Norwegian expression for "Chewy bonbon time!" Suddenly and completely coincidentally, the three dinosaurs rushed through the front door. But they were too late. Goldilocks was gone, and all that was left in the house were three disappointed dinosaurs. The end. And the moral of this story: if you ever find yourself in the wrong story, leave. I bet you already figured out what Goldilocks' right story was. That's right, Goldilocks and the Three Bears. And the moral for the dinosaurs: lock the back door. I would say that's a pretty good moral for all of us. Always lock your doors. Miss Tabor now is going to teach us some more about real dinosaurs. Here you go, Miss Tabor.
Thank you, Mrs. Posey, for that fantastic reading of Goldilocks and the Three Dinosaurs. My name is Miss Tabor, and if there are two things that I love, it's science and music. So today, we're gonna put those two things together. If you're watching this, you probably just read Goldilocks and the Three Dinosaurs. I love that story, especially the hilarious cousin from Norway. Yeah, I'm hilarious. There's so many different genres or types of books. There's fantasy and nonfiction, and those are the two that we're going to focus on today. So fantasy meaning something that could only happen in your imagination or in a dream, for example. And nonfiction meaning something that happens in the real world or the science of how things work. So that got me thinking, would you say that Goldilocks and the Three Dinosaurs is of the fantasy genre or the nonfiction or reality genre? Exactly what are you implying? I'm not implying anything. I'm just wondering what genre your book is. Who are you calling a fantasy? Listen, I call it like I see it. Don't chomp my head off. How about we let the students decide? Do dinosaurs have blue hair? No, they do not. Do dinosaurs wear green dresses? Do dinosaurs wear pink ties? No. Do they live in houses eating chocolate pudding? Absolutely not. So that's how we know that this book is of the fantasy genre. So what I would love for you to do is to take 1 foot out of the fantasy genre and put 1 foot into the nonfiction or reality genre. Okay, now we are going to dig into the world of paleontology. And you might wonder what paleontology is. Maybe we could ask our friend Rex. Hello, everybody. Rex, could you tell us what is paleontology? Paleontology is the study of ancient life. So that includes dinosaurs and any other living things from my day. Oh, okay, that's interesting. So that means that paleontologists study all things that are of ancient life. I want you to put on your imaginary paleontologist hat. 1, 2, 3, whoop. Okay, now we are all paleontologists. Okay, so what do paleontologists do? Well, if they're a type of scientist, I guess they'd probably ask a lot of questions. They'd probably look for the answers to their questions, and what do they do once they find their answers? I bet they write them down. Yeah. It's called research. Rex, I was just getting there. It's called research. So today we are going to do some research. There's lots of different ways to do research. You can use books, you can look for your answers to questions on the internet. What should we use today? Well, one form is interviewing. That's a great idea. If only we had a dinosaur to interview. Hello? Rex, you could be our interviewee. That is a great idea. So the coolest thing about us interviewing Rex is he is a first-hand source. Hear it straight from the chompers of a real dinosaur. That's a great idea. Okay, so what should our first question for Mr. Rex be? I got it. Rex, how many years ago did dinosaurs live on Earth? How about we let the students make a prediction? That's a great idea. Okay, students, I want you to make a prediction. How many years ago do you think dinosaurs lived on Earth? It was a long time ago. No, not 50 years ago. Not 1,000 years ago. No way, Rex. Oh my gosh, he just told me the answer. Can I tell them? 230 to 265 million years ago. I know, that's crazy. That is a long, long time ago. That is before humans ever walked the earth. That's older than all of the people you know combined. Cool stuff. All right, question number 2. What should we ask you, Rex? Okay, I got it. Are there any animals alive today that were alive back in your times, in the prehistoric Mesozoic times? Yes, there's a few. Not many, but a few. Okay, cool. Which ones? Well, have you ever heard of a platypus? A platypus? That's one of my favorite animals. You are not going to believe this coincidence. I happen to have a picture of a platypus sitting right next to me. Do you guys want to see it? Okay, but I'm going to warn you, this is a cuteness overload. It is so cute. It is crazy. Hello, I'm so cute. I fell over. Oh no! He's so cute. That's so crazy to imagine this little guy walking around during the same time as big giant dinosaurs. Wow, crazy stuff. Okay, so as I promised, we are going to put music and science together. So Rex and I wrote a song the other day, and it's not just a normal song, it's a scientific song. And if you listen really closely, throughout the song, you're gonna pick up on lots of cool dinosaur facts. And by the end of the song, you're going to learn so much that your brain is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. Are you ready? Listening ears on. Okay. I'm a paleontologist. I study ancient life, that's my gig. Today I'm gonna teach you about the Tyrannosaurus Rex. He's a meat-eating dinosaur. And he stomped around on the Earth's ancient floor. He's a meat-eating dinosaur. But don't worry, 'cause they're not around anymore. Let me teach you a few more facts. Like, did you know the T-Rex used to live in North America? Yes, he did. And he weighed 16,000 pounds. I'm just big boned. He's a meat eating dinosaur. But don't worry, 'cause he's not around anymore. He's a meat eating dinosaur. And he stomped around on the earth's ancient floors. Great dancing, Rex. I loved it. Thanks. You know how I like to get groovy. That I do. So, what did you think of the lyrics of this song? Because we're still working on this song. Well, one of the things I wondered about was you said I'm not around anymore. I'm standing right here. Well, Rex, remember earlier when I said that we were going to take 1 foot out of the fantasy world and put 1 foot into the nonfiction world? You're kind of a part of the fantasy element of this experience. So you're not really a dinosaur that we're seeing in real life. You're more of a part of our imagination. Okay, I guess I can live with that. All right. Well, thank you all so much for learning cool dinosaur facts with us today. And thank you, Rex, for letting us interview you. Interviewing a dinosaur was so cool. I'd been waiting for that opportunity my entire life. Thank you for tuning in. You are smart and special. Bye.
Thank you, Miss Tabor. That was a lot of fun. I am Miss Maslowski, and I'm the pre-K teacher at William Rainey Harper. And today, we're going to talk about story problems. Now, you might be wondering what a story problem is. A story problem is where you are given some sentences and you have to use a mathematical calculation to solve it or figure out the answer. Do you want to have some fun with me solving some story problems? Great, let's get started. Our first story problem. There was 1 Goldilocks and 3 dinosaurs in the story. How many characters were in the story all together? Well, the first thing we need to do is circle our important information so that we know what numbers to use. So 1 is important because there was 1 Goldilocks. 3 is important because there were 3 dinosaurs. In the second sentence, how many characters were in the story all together? The important words are all together. Now, when we say all together, are we putting things together or are we removing something or taking them apart? You're right, we're putting them together. So the operation that we are going to use is addition, or using the plus sign. So let's write our addition sentence. 1 plus 3 equals. Now you can solve this problem any way that you find easy. You could use just your head, think about it. You can draw pictures, you could draw dots, you could use your fingers. It's all up to you. I'm going to use pictures because that's what's easiest for me. So we're going to start. 1 Goldilocks. 3 dinosaurs. Now, we said we're putting them together, so we have to count all of them. Can you count with me? Great. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent job. So our sum is going to be 4. Can you read that sentence with me? Great. 1 plus 3 equals 4. Great job. Let's try another one. Let's look for the important information as we read. When Goldilocks was in the dinosaur's house, she smelled and found 3 bowls of chocolate pudding. She ate 1 bowl of pudding.
How many bowls of pudding were left? Important information. You're right. We started with 3 bowls of pudding. What else is important? Very good. She ate 1 bowl of pudding. Now in that last sentence, how many bowls of pudding were left? The important words are were left. So what order of operation are we going to use for this one? Very good. We are going to subtract. So start with, we had 3 minus, because subtract we use the minus sign. And how many bowls did she eat? 1. Very good. So 3 minus 1 equals. All right, we need to solve the problem. I'm going to use pictures. We start with 3 bowls of pudding. 1, 2, 3. How many bowls of pudding did she eat? 1. Very good. So we're going to take 1 away because Goldilocks is eating it. How many bowls of pudding were left? Let's count together. 1, 2. Excellent job. 2 bowls of pudding were left. Can you read the sentence with me? Very good. 3 minus 1 equals 2. That was a lot of fun again. Thanks for helping me. We have one more problem left to do. Ooh, this one looks a little tricky, but I know you could do it. Okay, read with me so we could find the important information. After Goldilocks had eaten the pudding, she looked for a place to rest. First she saw 3 chairs. Then she saw 3 beds. How many places in all did she see where she could take a rest? What is the important information? You got it. 3 chairs and 3 beds. And what were the important words that are going to help tell us what operation we need to use? You got it. The words in all. Now what operation do we use for in all when we're putting it all together? You got it. The plus sign. So let's write our addition sentence. 3 plus 3 equals. Again, you can solve it any way that you find easiest. I like to use the pictures. So we start with 3 chairs. 1, 2, 3. And she saw 3 beds. 1, 2, 3 beds. Now we're adding together, so we count both groups together. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Our sum is 6. Great job. Can you read that addition sentence with me? 3 plus 3 equals 6. You did a fabulous job helping me with story problems today. I am so proud of you. Now, I wonder, what is Mr. Johnson going to do with you? Let's find out. Have a great rest of the day.
Hey guys, Mr. Johnson here from William Rainey Harper. Hi to all you guys at CMSD. I'm here today to show you something that you could be doing in your time while you're stuck at your houses, whether it's your mom and dad, auntie, uncles, wherever you're at. This is something that you can do, especially for us elementary kids that are watching this. So what I'm going to show you today is I'm going to show you guys a chalk walk, which is something that you guys can do at your own house. You can do it on your sidewalk, you can do it on your driveway, you can even do it in your house, which I'll talk about after we're done with this. But basically all you need is a chalk if you're outside and a space to do it in. So what we're going to do is, first thing we're going to do is we're going to make it, all right? So you're going to come along with me while I make it. And like I said, all you need is chalk. I'm probably going to need more than one piece of chalk. First thing we need is a start line, right? So it's our start line. And you tell everybody what you're doing in this section of the chalk walk. Lexi might be making some appearances in this video, and this is my dog. Say hi, everybody. So the first part we're going to start with is running. And the arrow is going to tell us which way to go, okay? So first thing is going to be run. We're not going to do it yet because right now we're laying out. So we're going to come this way because that's the way the arrow points. And we're going to come to our first part, which is going to be over here. And I'm going to make a box. And just because I'm making a box doesn't mean that you have to make a box. You can be as creative as you want with this. But when I see a box, I know it's going to be something that I have to stop in and do something. For this one, it's going to be 25 jumping jacks. All right, 25 jacks. All right, and then after you do your 25 jumping jacks, you're going to continue on in the same direction. I'll mark it with an arrow so we know where we're going. And now we're going to start a
box square that we're going to go through. You can make this long, as short as you want. Up to you. You can be as creative as you want. Alright. Then what we're going to
do is we're going to continue going this way, and you're going to follow the line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a line that makes it go in a couple different directions. We're going to work some twirls into this. So just following along, make sure when you do it, you follow the right twirl. All right, now we're going to continue up here. We have another box, and we're going to do five push-ups. After you do your 5 push-ups, you're going to continue, and you're going to do your favorite dance, okay? Lots of you guys like to do Fortnite dances, especially at my school, so maybe you do a Fortnite dance. I don't play Fortnite, so I don't know the dances, but if you don't know the dance, you can make up any dance you want. Your favorite dance. Continue to go this way. And so you dance down here. Then we're gonna hop on one foot this way. Then once we get down here, we're going to switch our feet. Switch foot. All the way down here. Now we're going to turn around. Come back and switch colors. Okay, this part right here is gonna be, what do I think it should be? Let's make our feet match the arrows. Match arrows with feet. So Chalk keeps breaking, guys. Oh no. Hopefully I have enough. And then we're gonna run again, going this way. All the way up, all the way up. Give yourself some good run space. Switching colors again. We're gonna get to right here. We're gonna do some frog jumps. All the way down here. And we'll come right here and we will do the direction we're shuffling. Direction. And then the last thing is going to be choice, which means you can move any way you want. You can crawl, you can hop, you can jump, you can leap, you can shuffle, you can skip, all the way down here to the end line. After you get down here, that's it. Now, I'm gonna show you how to go through it real quick. And after that, we're gonna talk about how you might be able to do it inside, all right? So my filmer is gonna have to move quickly with me, all right? And my dog might join, we'll see. All right, so the first thing is run. So we're gonna run down. We do our 25 jumps. Hopscotch into our follow the line, so we're gonna get our swirls going. And we're gonna have to go different directions on our turns. And a tight one. And another tight one. Back the other way. To our box of 5 push-ups. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, to our favorite Fortnite dance. We're gonna hop on one foot. We're gonna switch our feet to the other foot. We're gonna hop down. Follow our arrow. We get to match the arrows. So we're gonna be hopping on this. Match our toes to the direction the arrow's facing. Big one. Now you're gonna run. Frog jumps. Down to touch the ground. Jump with 2 feet and forward. Now you're gonna shuffle. You're gonna face this way. Make sure your feet aren't crossing. They come open, close. Switch direction. Turn. And then choice. We're gonna spin to the end. All right. So that was my chalk walk that I just made. You can make any kind of chalk walk you want. All up to you. You can make the section shorter. You can make them longer. Doesn't matter. Totally up to you. As you can tell, I'm out of breath. So clearly it's a really good exercise for all of us. So what I wanted to talk to you was, how can you do it inside? You can assign a different exercise for each room, okay? So maybe your bedroom is 10 jumping jacks. And then you have to do skipping to the bathroom. And then the bathroom is 5 push-ups. You can be as creative as you want. And if you do this, you can make it a challenge. So go out, challenge your brothers and sisters, challenge your parents, time it, see who can do it the fastest. All right? Yeah, be as creative as you want.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Mr. Morel. Today we are going to be doing a quick lesson comparing two numbers using greater than or less than. We are going to begin today doing a quick warm-up activity to help us learn what greater than, less than, and equal to mean. So here we have two plates of goldfish. The first thing I want to ask you is, which plate of goldfish would you want to have? This plate or this plate? I'm guessing that you chose this plate, but why did you choose that plate? You probably chose this plate because it has more goldfish. What I want to do now is I want to count up our goldfish to see how many we have. So count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So our first plate of goldfish has 10. The next thing that I want to do is I want to count this plate. So count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. This plate only has 4. So we chose this plate of goldfish because it had more. It had a bigger number. So when we have a bigger number, that is when we say greater than. So we would say 10 is greater than 4. We're comparing the two numbers that we have, and we are saying that 10 is greater than 4 because it is a bigger number. That's why we chose to have this plate of goldfish. So what we're going to do next is I'm going to take away 5 goldfish from our big plate and give it to our other plate. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I took 5 away and I gave it to our other plate. So what we're going to do now is we have to recount to see how many that we have. So we'll start with our first plate. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now we only have 5 goldfish here. And let's count how many we have on this plate now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have 9 goldfish on our other plate. So what we would say now is, since our first number is smaller than our other number, we would say less than. So when the first number is smaller, we say less than. So when you think of less than, think about the smaller number. So we would say 5 is less than 9, because 5 is a lot less, it is smaller than 9. Now we would want to choose this plate. So the last thing I want to do is I want to take 2 goldfish back from this plate and give it back to this plate. So here we go, let's take 2 away. 1, 2. So now let's count them up. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 7 goldfish on our first plate. And now let's count our second plate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This one also has 7. So when both of our numbers that we are looking at are the same, that is when we say equal to. So we would say 7 is equal to 7, because that means they are the same. So when you think of the word equal, think about the word same. They are the same amount. The next thing that I want to do is I want to introduce to you one of my special friends. His name is Danny the Dinosaur. Danny the Dinosaur, he really loves eating numbers. And it is breakfast time, so we are going to have to help Danny the Dinosaur eat some breakfast. So what we're going to do is we're going to have to pick out some numbers for him and see which numbers he will want to eat. So when we are doing greater than or less than problems, Danny the Dinosaur always loves eating the bigger number. So I'm going to hang up 2 numbers, one on each side of me, and then you're going to have to tell me which number we want Danny to eat. Because remember, he does only like to eat the bigger number. So I'm going to hang up 2 numbers, and then we're going to have to see which one we should feed him. So now that we have our 2 numbers up, we're going to have to see which number Danny is going to want to eat for breakfast. So I'm going to point to the number, and then we are both going to say it at the same time. So ready? We have 20 and we have 11. So now we have to figure out, is Danny going to want to eat 20 goldfish, or is Danny going to want to eat 11 goldfish? If you remember from before, Danny always loved to eat the bigger number. So we know 20 is much bigger than the 11, so we would say Danny wants to eat the 20. So now if you think about the words that we learned about, since 20 is bigger, we would say 20 is greater than 11. So now we have two new numbers up on the wall. We have, say it with me, we have 8 and we have 13. Remember, Danny only likes eating the bigger number. So now with breakfast, we have to figure out, does Danny want to eat 8 pancakes, or do you think Danny would eat 13 pancakes? So we said Danny eats the bigger number, so Danny will eat 13. He'd much rather have 13 pancakes. So we would start reading on our left, and since 8 is smaller than 13, remember when we have the word smaller, we say less than. So we would say it with me, 8 is less than 13. For the next problem, we have two new numbers hung up, and I want you to say them with me again. So when I point to them, just shout out the number. We have 9, and we also have 9. So this kind of runs into a problem for us, because we said Danny always likes eating the bigger number, but now we don't have a bigger number, because both of the numbers are the same. Do you remember what word we use when both of the numbers are the same? We learned when we were working with the goldfish that when both numbers are the same, we say that they are equal. So what Danny's going to do is he's going to make the equal sign, because 9 is the same as 9. They are equal. Alright, Danny is starting to get pretty full, but I think he has room for one more problem. And I think you guys are ready for a challenge problem, so I hung up some much harder numbers to see what we will do for this problem. So I'm going to point to the numbers and you're going to say them with me. So we have 45 and we have 28. So these numbers are much bigger than all of the other numbers that we've been working with, so it is a bit of a challenge. So now I want you to tell me, which number do you think Danny's going to want to eat? The 45 or the 28? Remember, Danny loves eating the bigger number. So we know 45 is much bigger than 28. Danny would much rather have 45 donuts instead of 28 because he loves big numbers. So we would say Danny is going to eat the 45. And if the first number is bigger, then we say greater than. So we would say 45 is greater than 28. So those are all of the problems that I brought for us today. So before we go, let's do a quick review. What does the word greater than mean? So the word greater than means the bigger number, or bigger than the other number. It is greater than the other number. What does less than mean? Less than means smaller. It is smaller than the other number. And our last one, what does equal to mean? If the numbers are equal. That means they are the same. So I just want to say thank you guys for joining me today, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. So now on to your next lesson.
Hi, today we're going to continue to talk about our amazing story, Goldilocks and the Three Dinosaurs. Think for a second, what was your favorite part of this story? I enjoyed that part too. So, we're going to think about this story, Goldilocks and the Three Dinosaurs, and we're going to think about two different parts of speech. My two different parts of speech are nouns and adjectives. What I want for you to do for a couple seconds is look at my two definitions, and what do you notice is different about the two? What do you notice is different about the two? So a noun is a person, place, thing, or idea, and an adjective describes a person, place, thing, or idea. So for example, a noun is my jacket. My jacket is a thing. Another example of a noun is me. I am a noun because I am a person. An adjective will describe the noun. So think about it like this. If I said to you to go get my jacket, you're going to need a couple adjectives to know which jacket am I referring to. So I will have to tell you, go get the blue jean jacket. So that way you know exactly which jacket I'm talking about. So my adjectives in that sentence were blue and jean. So we're going to do a quick activity using some different words from the story, and we are going to decide if that word is a noun, meaning is it a person, place, thing, or idea, or if that word is an adjective, meaning that it's describing a person, place, thing, or idea. Are you ready? Let's start. My first word that I have for you is book. Book. The name or the title of the book that we read is Goldilocks and the Three Dinosaurs. So do you think that a book is a person, place, thing, or idea? Or is book describing something? A book is a noun. Our next word is big. Big. The big dinosaur ran home. The big dinosaur ran home. So am I telling you a person, place, thing, or idea? Or am I describing the way that something looks? I am describing the way that something looks. I said the big dinosaur. So big will go up under adjectives. The next word is delicious. In the story, it said that they made delicious chocolate pudding. So delicious is describing how the chocolate pudding tastes, which means that delicious will go with our adjectives section. Dinosaur. There were 3 dinosaurs in this story. Can you remember the names of them? Good job. So would you say that a dinosaur is a person, place, thing, or idea? Or that a dinosaur describes a person, place, thing, or idea? If you say that a dinosaur is a noun, you are correct. The next word that I have for you is small. Small. If I say that Goldilocks is a small child, would small be a person, place, thing, or idea? Or is small describing something? Small. That's correct. Small is describing something. In my sentence, I said that Goldilocks was a small girl. So small is telling you what the girl looks like. Small is an adjective. The next word that I have for you is pudding. We already know that they had delicious chocolate pudding, but is the word pudding itself a person, place, thing, or idea? Or do you think that pudding describes a person, place, thing, or idea? Pudding. That's right. If you said that pudding is a noun, you are correct. We have a couple more words to go. This next one is a little bit tricky because you kind of have to know what it is in order to know if it's a noun or adjective. But I know in the story they talked about going to Norway. So would you say that Norway is a person, place, thing, or idea? Or would you say that it's an adjective that describes a person, place, thing, or idea? If you said that Norway is a noun, you are correct. Maybe once the story is over, you can research where is Norway. Next is loud. The loud dinosaur ran through the streets. Loud. The loud dinosaur ran through the streets. Would you say that loud is a person, place, thing, or idea? Or would you say that loud is describing a person, place, thing, or idea? Loud. If you said that loud is an adjective, you got it. Up next is little. Little. The little chair broke. Oh no. So will the word little be a noun or an adjective? If you think that little is an adjective, you are correct. Little is describing the chair. Our next word is chair. So if it was a little chair and we just said that little is describing the chair, would chair be a noun or an adjective? If you said that chair is a noun, you are correct. Chair is a thing. You can sit in it. Now we have two words left. Tall and Goldilocks. Tall and Goldilocks. Think about where you would put each of these words. Which one is a noun and which one is an adjective? If you said that Goldilocks was a noun, you are correct. And if you said that tall was an adjective, you are correct. So today we talked about nouns and adjectives. We talked about how a noun is a person, place, thing, or idea. Some nouns from our story were pudding, dinosaur, book, chair, Goldilocks, and Norway. Then we also talked about adjectives. And we talked about an adjective describes a person, place, thing, or idea. Some adjectives from our story were big, delicious, little, small, loud, and tall. Thank you so much for joining me today. Can't wait to see you next time. That was so much fun. Thank you for joining us.
I hope you enjoyed our adventures with Goldilocks and the Three Dinosaurs.
We wanted to let you know.
Teachers love and miss you.
We hope you're staying safe and reading lots of great books.
We hope to see you next time. Have a great week. Bye.
This is CMSD.
I am. Yo soy.
I am Cleveland's public schools.
Has your household completed the 2020 census yet? The census is an official count of everybody in this country, and the results of it determine how much federal money goes into programming for the children of Cleveland for the next 10 years. It's completely private and confidential. The results can't be shared with anyone, not even law enforcement. And the best part, it's easy. You can fill out your census online, by phone, or by mail.
¿Su casa ha llenado el censo de 2020? El censo es el conteo oficial de todas las personas en el país y los resultados determinan cuántos fondos federales se distribuyen en programas que benefician a todos los niños de nuestra región para los próximos 10 años. Toda la información es privada. Las respuestas son confidenciales y no pueden ser compartidas con nadie, ni siquiera oficiales de la ley. Y mejor que todo, es fácil. Puede responder por internet, por teléfono o por correo.
So who counts?
Entonces, ¿quién cuenta?
Does my cat count?
¿Los gatos cuentan?
No.
No.
Do my dogs count?
¿Los perros cuentan?
No.
No.
Does he count?
¿Los niños cuentan?
Yes.
Sí.
Everybody that's a human in your house counts.
Cada persona que es ser humano en tu casa cuenta.
So to fill out your census, go to www.my2020census.gov or call 1-844-330-2020.
Para llenar el censo, pueden ir al www.my2020census.gov o llama al 844-330-2020.
And don't forget, you count.
Y no olvides, tú cuentas.